On March 27, 2026, the NASDAQ fell over 2%. Bitcoin dropped over 4%, and Strategy's common stock MSTR dropped over 5%. But one ticker barely budged. STRC, Strategy's preferred stock that pays an amazing 11.5% return of capital dividend, dropped just 0.06%, 0.06%. On March 20th, Strategy Chairman Michael Saylor made a bold claim that STRC had one of the highest Sharpe ratios of any instrument on the market. At the time, based on 30-day volatility, the STRC Sharpe ratio was over 4. A few days later, in his speech at the Digital Asset Summit, Saylor repeated that STRC can achieve a Sharpe ratio in the 3, 4, or even 5 range. For context, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has a Sharpe ratio of 0.76. An investment with high returns and low volatility is every retiree's dream. But in the spirit of the Bitcoiner mantra, don't trust, verify, I ran my own calculations to see what the Sharpe ratio for STRC really is. Stick around to see my surprising results. I'm Michael, and this is B-tirement. Before we get into the data, let's quickly cover what the Sharpe ratio actually measures. Developed by Nobel laureate William Sharpe, the Sharpe ratio is the gold standard for measuring risk-adjusted returns. The formula is straightforward. You take the return of the investment minus the risk-free rate, which is typically the yield of U.S. Treasury bills, and then divide by the investment's volatility as measured by the standard deviation of its returns. Sharpe ratio equals return minus risk-free rate divided by volatility. The higher the number, the more return you're getting per unit of risk that you're taking on. If the number is below 1, that's mediocre. If it's between 1 and 2, that's good. Above 2 is excellent, and above 3 is extremely rare. Let's walk through an actual Sharpe ratio calculation so this makes sense. I'm going to use Nvidia's 2025 performance, and Nvidia is one of the top performing stocks in recent years. First, we need the return. Nvidia started 2025 around $134 and ended the year at around $186. That's a return of roughly 39%. Next, we need the risk-free rate. The U.S. Treasury yield averaged 3.7% in the recent period. That's our benchmark for the risk-free return. Now here's the key piece, volatility. This is where a lot of people's eyes glaze over, but it's actually pretty intuitive. Volatility measures how much the price bounces around day to day. Here's how to calculate it. You start with the daily closing prices for the stock, and you compute the daily log return. That's the natural log of today's price divided by yesterday's price. You can use the ln function in Excel to calculate the log return. So for example, if Nvidia closed yesterday at $130 and today at $135, you would calculate ln 135 divided by 130, and you'd get a result of about 3.8%. If the next day it drops to $128 per share, you would calculate ln 128 divided by 135 and get a result of about negative 5.3%. Some days the stock barely moves, and other days it swings by 5 or 6%. That variation is what we're measuring for volatility. Once you have all the daily log returns for the year, and there's about 252 trading days in a year, you calculate the standard deviation. That's a statistical measure of how spread out those daily returns are. For Nvidia in 2025, that standard deviation of daily returns came out to 2.83%. The last step is to annualize it. You multiply that daily standard deviation by the square root of 252. And that 252 is the number of trading days in the year. So Nvidia's annualized volatility for 2025 comes in at 45%. And that means on a typical day, a swing of 2 to 3% is completely normal. So now we have everything we need to calculate Sharpe ratio for Nvidia. The return was 39%, the risk-free rate was 3.7%, divided by the volatility of 45%. And that results in a Sharpe ratio of 0.78. So even though Nvidia returned 39% in 2025, an incredible year, its Sharpe ratio is below 1. Why is that? That's because that return came with enormous volatility. The ride was bumpy. The Sharpe ratio is telling you that for the risk that you took on, you didn't get back as much return per unit of risk as you might expect. Keep that 0.78 number in mind. We'll come back to it when we talk about STRC. Let's do a quick recap of what STRC is. If you want more detail, check out my past videos, including the one where I cover its return of capital tax treatment. That can be a huge benefit to a retiree. STRC, or sometimes called STRC, is Strategy's variable rate Series A preferred stock. It IPO'd in July of 2025, and it's designed to trade right around its $100 per share par value. It's paying an incredible dividend, currently at an 11.5% annual rate, and those dividends are paid monthly in cash. Here's what makes STRC different than most investments. Strategy has a built-in mechanism to maintain that share price right around $100 per share, and this is what's helping to reduce the volatility and increase the Sharpe ratio for STRC. Let's explain how that mechanism works. First is the dividend adjustment. Strategy can monitor the share price and adjust the dividend on a monthly basis to make sure STRC remains attractive. If the price starts slipping down, Strategy will and has increased the dividend rate to help bring in more buyers and bring the price back up. Second, if the STRC price goes above $100 per share, Strategy is selling additional shares into the market. This helps dampen volatility to the upside. Since early February, when Strategy raised the dividend rate to 11.25% and then 11.5% in March, the volatility of the stock has been very, very small. In that range, the low was $99.33 and the high was $100.06. The spread for that entire period was just 73 cents. And the return, that 11.5% dividend, that's roughly the same return as the average annual return of the S&P 500. Except with STRC, you're receiving that paid in cash every single month. It's not subject to the potential market downturn that the S&P 500 is. Okay, let's verify the math of the STRC Sharpe ratio. On Strategy's website at strategy.com, the inputs are pretty transparent. The effective yield is shown as 11.51%, and that 0.01% difference is because the average trading price of STRC is slightly under $100 per share. The risk-free rate, as we've shared before, is 3.7%, and that gives us an excess return for STRC of 7.81%. Now, here's where the methodology debate comes in. Strategy's website is using 30-day volatility to report STRC's Sharpe ratio. They clearly disclose this on the website, but historically, 1-year volatility is typical for reporting Sharpe ratios. But here's the argument for why the 30-day volatility might be the right one for calculating STRC's Sharpe ratio. STRC IPO'd less than 1 year ago, and it only recently found its equilibrium. As I said before, that equilibrium was reached in early February. The first few months after the IPO saw wider swings in the price of STRC. This was while the market was trying to figure out the instrument and Strategy was trying to find the sweet spot for the dividend rate. The stable trading pattern we're seeing in the last couple months, where the price is staying right around $100 per share, that is the product working as designed. So I did something interesting. I took the daily closing price of every day going back to February 10th, that was 32 trading days total, and calculated the annualized volatility for that time period. Then I asked, what would STRC's 1-year volatility be if it continued trading like this for an entire year? The answer? The volatility was just 2.5%, and the resulting Sharpe ratio was 3.12. My calculation was in the same range as Michael Saylor's. Let's compare STRC's Sharpe ratio to that of some of the best performing assets in recent years. Let's start with Bitcoin. We're going to look at Bitcoin's performance in 2024. 2024 was one of Bitcoin's best years ever. In 2024, Bitcoin returned 121%, with an all-time high over $100,000. But with that high performance came high volatility. Its volatility for the year was 50%, so its Sharpe ratio was 2.3. That's a very good Sharpe ratio, but still less than STRC. Gold had a historic year in 2025. It surged over 65% on geopolitical tensions and central bank buying. It had annualized volatility of 22%, putting its Sharpe ratio at 2.8. That's outstanding, and it's the closest any major asset gets to STRC. The S&P 500 returned about 18% in 2025, its third consecutive year of double-digit performance. With volatility of around 20%, it has a Sharpe ratio of 0.72. And remember Nvidia, the example we walked through earlier? It had a 39% return, but 45% volatility, so its Sharpe ratio was 0.78. One of the best performing stocks in the market couldn't even break a 1.0. Now let's get back to STRC. With that high 11.5% yield and that stable period volatility of 2.5%, its Sharpe ratio is 3.12. Even gold's historic 2025 performance with that 65% return only produced a Sharpe ratio of 2.8. STRC still comes out on top. And here's the key insight. Gold and Bitcoin both had extraordinary years to get their Sharpe ratio above 2.0. STRC's Sharpe ratio isn't built on a once-in-a-decade rally. It's built on a structural mechanism, high yield with very low volatility. If that mechanism continues to work over time, STRC can maintain this Sharpe ratio year after year. That's the difference. Now, that doesn't mean that STRC has a higher return. It doesn't. It means that it has a higher return per unit of risk. That's what the Sharpe ratio is intended to measure, and that's what's important for many retirees. Friday, March 27th was a perfect real-world stress test. Oil prices surged on Mideast tensions, the VIX spiked 13%, and risk assets sold off hard. And STRC, it fell just 0.06% on the day. It dropped just 6 cents. It traded in a range of $99.63 to $99.94 all day, and it closed the day at the high end of that range at $99.91. While everything else was falling off a cliff, STRC performed just as it was designed. It held its ground. And interestingly, gold, a traditional safe haven asset, was up on the day by 2.55%. So on a day of market chaos and panic, two assets that held up were gold and STRC. That's the indicator of the kind of instrument that STRC has become. It acts more like a dividend-paying safe haven than a risk-on equity. Now, I want to be transparent about the risks, because no investment with a Sharpe ratio above 3 should be taken at face value without scrutiny. First, STRC is less than 1 year old, and while the current period of low volatility is very promising, it hasn't yet seen a major market downturn or prolonged bear market. After we get 1 full year of seasoned data, we'll have a much better idea of what the long-term Sharpe ratio for STRC will be. Second, the dividend rate of STRC could go down over time. If the Fed cuts interest rates or Bitcoin goes on a bull run so the market confidence increases, strategy may be able to lower the dividend rate and maintain the $100 per share price. This could reduce the excess return, which would also reduce the Sharpe ratio. Third, if Bitcoin were to enter a long, drawn-out downturn and capital markets were tightened, the mechanisms that keep Stretch's share price at $100 per share may come under pressure. Strategy might struggle to raise the dividend rate high enough and fast enough to keep the demand coming in for the product. But here's the encouraging side. Strategy has demonstrated for months now that the dividend adjustment mechanism works. They've shown that selling shares at par keeps the supply balanced. And the market is pricing STRC as a stable, high-yield income instrument, not a speculative bet. So where does this leave us? STRC's Sharpe ratio of 3.12 by my calculation is extraordinary by any historical standard. My calculation puts it above virtually every publicly traded instrument. The real question isn't whether the math works. It certainly does. The real question is whether this level of stability can be sustained for a period of years, not just months. If it can, STRC may genuinely be one of the best risk-adjusted investments available to any retiree and retail investor. An amazing 11.5% annual yield and a remarkably low price volatility. Time will tell, but the data is very, very compelling. If this breakdown helped you understand STRC and the Sharpe ratio, hit subscribe and comment down below. What's your take? I'm Michael. I'm putting out similar content every single week.